Hey, thank you for stopping by poopdollarpodcast.com. In this episode, we have Tarun Shetty, a very talented director, actor, stand-up comedian. We talk about his new webisode out right now. It all takes place on Zoom. He has other stand-up comedians in it. And we talk about his early years of doing stand-up comedy on the East Coast and him going to film school and then moving out west. So we catch up on old times, and I know you're going to enjoy the episode. So like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you think. And if you want to check us out on the go, you're in your car, listen to us on Stitcher or Spotify or iTunes, anywhere you listen to podcasts. And yeah, definitely we'll see you in the next video.
All right, thanks so much. That's my favorite song. Wow, it's so good to be here, guys. Hey, yay! Wow. I like watching magicians. My brother was a magician for a while. My brother's a magician. I'm a comedian. We were in competition to make our parents least proud. Other people sells weed. You win, dude. Congratulations. Congrats. You win. I'm from New Hampshire. I was born and raised there. Yeah, we're like the only Indians there. I don't know how we ended up there. When I was a kid, a teacher asked me, she was like, Tarun, how do your parents come to this country? I was like, I don't know, Delta. 29, I took a shuttle bus. I have no idea.
Tarun Shetty.
Hey, what's up?
What's up, buddy? Thanks for coming.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man. It's good to be here.
That was Tarun Shetty at the famous Flappers in Burbank, California. Tearing it up over there.
Burbank's #1 club.
Yeah. And yeah, man, that's great. But Tarun is he's not only a stand-up comedian, he's also a filmmaker and model and just all-around good dude. We known each other for like, I'd say at least 11 years, right?
At least, I mean, what, you were doing the Baruco back in the day?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was what, in 2006?
Yeah. UCLA had, it was a little pub, and you were running the open mic over there. They also had karaoke there, right?
Well, actually, I wasn't running the open mic. Adam Hunter was running Tuesday, Thursday. So I was kind of like working with him, just like helping run the shows.
Oh, okay.
So I think the open mic was the day after us.
Oh, you were running a legit show.
Yeah, with Adam. So when Adam went out of town, I would take over the show because he was always on the road.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, right on.
So
very cool.
Yeah, it was cool.
It's really cool because, all right. Yeah, I never did the show. I only did the open mic. And it was a great room. Yeah, and I think Adam used to tell me about how busy it was and how big it was. Like, you used to have, like, big name.
Yeah, we had everybody. Chelsea Handler,
drop by.
Theo Vaughn,
yeah,
Whitney Cummings, all those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. That's crazy, man. Nice in a little pub in Westwood.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was a pretty good deal.
That is cool. I always liked that place.
We can book you now. Maybe we can get a show going over there and get you back.
I'd love to. I'd take a show anywhere, man. Right now. Yeah, that place isn't even there anymore. They put up some condos over there.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
It's like a crab restaurant, right? Something
maybe.
Like that. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
I drove by there once.
Yeah. I don't really have any need to go over there, so I don't usually go to that part of town. But yeah, I saw that they put up something different over there. There's a Target down the street too.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Probably better value than a comedy show.
Right?
I mean,
yeah. So what year did you come to LA?
I got here like 2005.
Oh, okay.
So
nice.
Yeah, I was from New York. I was in New York. Then I crossed over.
Born and raised?
I was born and raised in New Hampshire.
Oh, okay.
And then I was in Boston. Then I was in New York.
Oh, okay.
LA.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
Very cool. Where did you start stand up?
I started in Boston.
Mm-hmm.
So I was in Boston for a year. And then I went to school in New York. And then I started like working the door at comedy clubs. I was passing out flyers. That's where I met Adam Hunter. And
in New York?
Yeah, New York.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So how long were you doing stand up in Boston before you went to New York?
So about a year,
Mm-hmm.
and then just open mic shit in Boston. It's a great comedy town though. It was a great. I'm so lucky that I got to perform there in
Yeah.
Boston.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I can imagine that the crowd being pretty ruthless over there, right? Because I imagine Boston people, they just say what's on their mind, right?
Honestly, they were really supportive.
Really?
Yeah. Depends
That's
on where you
great.
go. Like I've been, like Nick's Comedy Stop was kind of raucous a bit, but every other place, like I used to go to this place called The Vault on Boylston Street, which is like an old school comedy place, and like Dwayne Perkins used to be performing there, Gary Gulman, all these guys coming up, and it was just really supportive. Like people want to laugh in Boston, and they want to support, and I still, whenever I go back to Boston, I have great shows there.
Wow.
It's a cool town.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Right on. And kind of when you were doing stand up in New York, I mean, that must have been. I mean, I don't know, because is it kind of like LA where it's really competitive and like people like step all over you to get somewhere?
I wouldn't say step all over you, but it's definitely competitive. There's there's more clubs out in New York than there's in LA.
Yeah.
But to get into one of those clubs, to have a home base, you have to get through gatekeepers and firewalls, and and there's a whole process. So, and when you're starting out in New York, you suck, right? So you're trying to get better at the same time. So a lot of things going on. So it's a great preparation, because LA is probably harder.
Yeah.
And that'll get you in shape.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like in LA that, a lot of the clubs, they mostly want to, take interest in you when you have a lot of credits. Is that how it is in New York?
I mean, yeah, for sure. If you have something going on, like they want people, because most of the people who have credits, they're in LA, right? They're actually working. So if you're actually on SNL, or if you're on a show or whatever, like they will put you up because you've got some cachet to your. I mean, that doesn't make sense business wise. I get it now, but or you're just really good. There's some killers in New York who nobody's ever heard of, right? At the Comedy Cellar every night, that they don't get shit because they're just in New York. They have no credits, whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a good town. I mean, that's. I mean, every place is different, man. Every place has their own like unique vibe and style to it.
And what made you come out to Los Angeles?
So I had a manager who I started working with in New York, and I thought he was like, oh, come out to LA. I think we could, get you on, a pilot or whatever, a sitcom. So I just moved out here and wanted to take a swing. So I think every comic, you want to take a shot on yourself. You got to bet on yourself at some point in your career. So I thought, oh, this is what I have to do.
Yeah.
So I came out to, take my swing.
Right on. Did you know anybody? Did you come out with anyone?
Yeah, so Adam, I was really lucky because Adam's like one of my best friends, and he was here, and he was actually the guy that set me up with his manager. So I came out here, and I was living with Adam for a minute, and then he got me looped into Baruco too. So it's great to have comedy friends to kind of just support you. So I owed him a lot coming out here, and after that, I kind of just went my own way, kind of found my own voice, and just kind of situated myself.
Right on.
See where my road took me.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's similar to me. My older brother was here a couple of years before I did, and he kind of was doing acting already, so he kind of like steered me in the right direction.
Now you have your podcast, so you were like, I don't need you anymore. Got a podcast, a bottle of water.
Yeah.
I'm my own man.
Right. So being that your dad is a doctor, and you doing, modeling, and you're the next top model and best comedian, like, you must be really proud.
Well, first of all, the modeling stuff is like something which I was telling somebody this the other day, like the modeling stuff I never chased. Like I started doing it in college just for fun, for money. And then it's always something that you don't really chase that kind of just grows. And I've done it for so long now.
Yeah.
I think most Indians are just smart enough to have like their own careers. Like
Mhm.
nobody's dumb enough to be a model at like, 40 something. So I'm still doing it. So
Yeah.
everybody's just quit. So now I just
That's
work
great.
based off
Yeah.
necessity.
Yeah.
And I've got a good body of work behind me as well.
Yeah.
So I just get direct bookings and like, hey, we want Tarun, and
Yeah.
I get work like that.
Yeah.
So
That's awesome.
yeah, it's good.
Yeah. No, that's really cool. I always say it's gonna be somebody. It might as well be you.
Sure.
You know
I'll
what I
take
mean?
it.
It
I'll
might
take
as well be you. I mean, there's plenty of work out there, and why not?
Well, what I learned from modeling is like for a while, like when I came to LA, I wanted to be in like a sitcom, and when I was coming up, they were casting like the Indians that kind of like look kind of more ethnic and kind of shorter, like character looking. So I could never get sitcom work. They'd always be like, "Oh, he's too, quote unquote, good looking, or just
Yeah.
it doesn't fit the archetype of what Indians should look like."
Yeah.
But for some reason, I fit this other, hole of
Yeah.
like being a commercial lifestyle model.
Yeah.
In like a billboard or a catalog, whatever.
Yeah.
And that just kept me working. That pays the bills to this day. So
That's awesome.
it's been, I've had a good run.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Right on. And do you have the same manager as when you came out?
No. That ended a long time ago,
Oh, okay.
which is good. I'm
Yeah.
actually glad that ended because I'm not a guy that needs my hand held.
Yeah. Right on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta try different things, and you gotta go after it.
Sure. Well, I think with managers, I think you got to find the right person
Yeah.
who gels with you.
Yeah.
I mean, I've really never had a manager after that, but I worked in the business side for a minute, and feel like in my career, it's just always been very self-sufficient, which I
Yeah.
think a lot of comics have that ability. Like we were talking before this started, like you doing your own podcast,
Yeah.
me making films, whatever.
Yeah.
Like you've got to have that drive to kind of just put things together. And
Yeah.
comics have it. I mean,
Mhm.
it's like the hardest. The first 5 years of comedy for me is the hardest thing ever, and that's great preparation for anything you do or
Yeah.
decide to do in life.
Yeah.
I think.
I think so too. You're absolutely right. It's helped me in so many different ways. One being that it kind of forced me to like do so much, do everything. Because you're an actor. I mean, basically, they work it out through your agent, right? Your agent tells you have an audition, you go do it, and if you get booked, they take care of it and everything.
Sure.
And comedians on a bigger scale, they have the same thing, but on a smaller scale, what most comedians are, we do it all ourselves. We
Kinda have
book
to.
ourselves. We're our publicists. We're on Instagram, Tarun is the best guy. Basically that's what you're doing. You're promoting yourself, right?
Sure. In fact, this past year, past couple months, I kind of just stopped caring what everybody thinks. I was really very conscientious about my brand, like what I put out there, because I still kind of work in Hollywood. And I'm just like, you know what? Fuck it. Let me just put out whatever I want to do, say whatever I want to do, say what I want to say to my fans. Because I've got some good fans.
Yeah.
And, they've come through for me.
Yeah.
So now I'm just like, you know what? It is what it is at this point. Just who cares?
Yeah. Right on.
Yeah.
I'm a fan too, man.
You done good work. I mean,
yeah.
I know we worked together in that
Yeah,
series
exactly.
and a pilot, and
Hey, you booked me.
yeah, you're good. I mean, you're good.
Thanks, bud.
I think you're
You
good.
did. I mean, you booked me for paid work, man.
It wasn't a lot, but
You
it's
did.
something.
Something when you have nothing is a lot.
I'm very big about I've got to pay actors. Like there's so many web series and pilots that get made up by our friends and whatever, but like doing stuff for free is fine, but you can't keep asking. Like you've got to have resources. So
Yeah.
whatever I do, whatever I make, everybody gets paid something.
Yeah.
You gotta be compensated for your time.
Yeah.
Time's valuable.
Sure. No, I know. I'm very. That's why I feel so bad that the setup it took longer than
Oh, it's all right.
expected, and
It's all
having
good.
you around because I appreciate your time.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah, and
That's not why I said that.
no, I know
Yeah,
you
yeah.
don't. But
Yeah.
since we're on the subject, I might as well say it.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because Because I'm agreeing with you. Yeah, yeah. And meanwhile, I had you wait for like 45 minutes. You know what I mean?
It's all
Like,
right.
yeah, I totally know what you're saying. You know what I mean? I'd
Yeah.
be, a hypocrite if I didn't call myself out on it.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm really embarrassed about that.
That's your brand.
Yeah. No, man.
On this haunted house. That brand.
I should just turn that off because
It's
normally
hilarious.
it's supposed to be rotating
Like
this.
promoting Batwoman and
I
stuff.
know,
It's
right?
great.
It's so dumb. Yeah, it's actually supposed to be exactly what's on the my screensaver over here, but had some technical difficulties and whatever. But I got you on the dry eraser board right there. Boom. Tarun Shetty, welcome.
That's huge.
Yeah, buddy.
Finally made it. Never made the Comedy Store marquee, but I made Eric Allegria's
Right? Totally.
dry erase board. Awesome.
Yeah, dude. That's cool. So you were going to school in Boston?
I went to school for a year at BU, and then I transferred to NYU.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
I was there for a good year.
Right on. Is that where you're studying film?
I studied film at NYU,
Oh, okay.
and I was in the communication school at BU, Boston University.
Yeah.
So like films really, NYU is really where I learned the bare bones of how to make films.
Yeah. That's cool. Did you learn editing as well?
Yeah, but honestly, man, film school can teach you so much, like basic foundational stuff. I really learned how to make films and short films, everything you see on my Instagram, Facebook, even the feature we made or the pilots, it's been through my own development, like shooting stuff guerrilla style, like learning how to like cut corners, how to edit yourself on, Final Cut, whatever. Like it's kind of been a process.
Yeah.
Of just, over the years of just fine tuning stuff.
Yeah.
So, film school's great, but it's really about hustling.
Yeah.
That's really what filmmaking is. So, yeah, that's my recommendation for anybody who wants to learn it.
Yeah.
Just go out and do it, and then
Yeah.
just make adjustments.
Were you doing it before you went to film school?
I was writing a lot.
Uh-huh.
I've always loved writing, so just filmmaking was a way to just bring my words and vision to life, on a small scale. So I love it. It's great. It's kind of like construction sometimes because you're setting up lights and whatever and getting your friends but at the end of the day, it's a lot of fun to make something, have an idea, and then see it visually
Yeah.
and have people enjoy it,
Yeah. Yeah.
especially now, which is a good time.
Yeah, it's a great time. Yeah. And there's a satisfaction of people seeing your work right after all the time you put into it.
Sure. I mean, I have more fans for my filmmaking stuff than, years of stand-up. Like
Wow.
just,
It's great.
resonating with people and
Mm-hmm.
bringing them happiness and it reflects back to you. And that's what really drives me.
Yeah. And filmmaking's kind of like stand-up comedy where if you just focus on the art, you'll probably just go broke, right?
Filmmaking? Yeah. Well, I mean, seriously, like a lot of my stuff I made no money off of for years and years. Even like now, someone stepped up to sponsor a web series and, got a film doing pretty well right now.
Yeah.
But for years, I'm still haven't broken through. Like I'm not in this studio system.
Yeah.
But there's also a catch-22 with that too, because when people give you money,
Yeah.
you have to kind of do what they want,
All
right? You're
right.
taking notes from people.
Yeah.
But when you make it entirely yourself, you have control over that. So
Yeah.
it's nice to actually develop my voice with nobody like hanging over me. So,
Yeah.
So I feel like it's kind of been a blessing for me to have outside income.
Yeah.
And then I can just kind of concentrate on developing my voice and vision and whatever.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. That's cool. Because I mean, as artists, we kind of like just focus on the art and we don't realize that there's a business attached to it.
totally.
Right.
But you know what? That's why this Patreon and stuff. Like if you have fans,
Yeah.
like people will help, man. I've been really surprised.
That's
People have been
cool.
reaching out to me. They're like, hey, we want to support you. We want to help you. So I feel like if you put out good work, people will notice.
Yeah.
At some point, people will not be like, "Who is this guy?"
Yeah.
Like he just keeps coming
Yeah.
like a shark, and you got to capitalize. Like it's okay to ask for help.
Yeah.
Especially from your fans who want to help. Like
Yeah.
that's a big thing that I've learned over just time. Like you're not alone.
Yeah. That's why I like it out here in LA, because I get to meet people like you and see what you're doing. And there's a lot of people like us out here that are creative and that are doing a bunch of different things, you know, stand-up comedy, acting, music, you know, magic, whatever.
You
know?
do magic?
No,
Oh.
but it made me think about it because in your stand-up you said my brother's a magician.
Well,
magician. I think. Were you joking?
What's funny when that comedy set, the guy before me was a magician. That's why I let off with that joke. It was,
Oh,
you know,
dude.
that's why.
You had to follow a magician.
Yeah, somebody was doing like magic tricks or something. But
How'd that go? Did it work out all right?
when that set,
Yeah.
yeah, it was fine. I mean, I was touring as like a character for like headlining as a character for like a year. So that was my first set as like a.
Oh, that's
So-
right. I was gonna ask you about that
Yeah, so-
character. Here, let's move this table over here a little bit. Just big. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, I haven't seen much of your character anymore. What was his name?
Bobby Khan.
Yeah. Can you do a little Bobby Khan right now?
Okay, let's get rocking. Okay, no, seriously, guys. No, what happened was that character was a movie I did. It's a feature movie that I did
Oh, I didn't
10
know
years
that.
ago. Yeah. So Theo Von's in the movie, Russell Peters.
Oh,
It was a whole
okay.
feature.
Oh, wow.
So there was a
And-
fan base off Bobby Khan.
Oh.
So when I was touring, I started, selling tickets, and then I started headlining because it's basically a stronger act. It's more like the stereotypical.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, people eat it up, right?
and people thought it was actually Bobby Khan, but I was trying to do like a dual special. Where I was
Yeah.
like myself and the character,
Oh, wow.
but then COVID happened, so I was like,
Oh.
screw it.
So, wait, you did a feature 10 years ago with that character?
Mhm. It's called Bobby Khan's Ticket to Hollywood. You can check it out. I mean, it's on Amazon, but you can just watch it for free on YouTube. I think somebody uploaded it.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That is so cool. And you had Russell Peters in it?
Russell's in it. Theo Von's in
Wow.
it for good. Theo Von never acts. You can see him act in my movie. He's
Yeah.
there. John Huck,
Yeah.
is in it.
That's awesome.
Brian Swinehart.
You filmed it out here?
Filmed it out here.
Oh, wow. Very cool.
Yeah.
That is so cool. And, wow, 10 years ago. Was it digital or did you shoot it on film?
We shot it on digital,
Mhm.
but we played at film festivals and stuff. And yeah.
That's so cool. I'm going to check it
So
out.
there's a lesson you got to market your stuff because people have no idea what the hell you're doing.
But you, when you did your stand-up, you never did that character, right?
No, I didn't. I only started doing it. I was opening for Darren Carter in like
Name dropper.
right. I was opening for him in Reno or something, and then I just started doing that character for fun, and it started killing. And he was like, just try this for whatever, and then it started killing. Like, not just because it was like an accent, but I started putting jokes behind it, and it was like a different person, and people actually thought I have like a whole like fan page. People think I'm this guy. It's like a different person. So I was like, let me just see where it goes. And I went from like feature to headliner, like an over.
Wow.
Like, yeah, it was great. So I started headlining clubs, and it was cool.
That was just recently, right?
This past year.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's amazing. And then, but you decided to stop doing that character?
Well, I was gonna do a special where I was gonna do like 30 minutes as myself and 30 minutes as this other guy.
Yeah.
And have like a host in between. So
Yeah.
I was gonna do like an hour special. It's two different people, two different acts, two different perspectives.
Yeah.
And so I was gonna prep this. and
Yeah.
I just never got to do it.
Oh, okay.
But
So, I mean, what are you gonna do with the character? Are you gonna retire him?
I don't know,
from
man.
stand-up?
I don't know. You know what? It's such a strong act.
Mhm.
In fact, I'm actually booked at a corporate gig in November that I booked last year. They want Bobby Khan,
Yeah.
but you know what? I've just been working so much as a filmmaker this
Yeah.
past, especially COVID, as a writer. Like, it's so tough creatively to do so many different things, so much energy. To do stand up alone is incredibly hard.
Yeah.
So I don't know where it's gonna. As long as the clubs are shut down, I'm not gonna push Bobby Khan or
Mm.
stand up. I'm just gonna keep going where I have green lights and where I can make some money.
Yeah. That's cool. Right on. And so tell me about this So I mean, is it just Instagram? Because it's weird. Because like,
I feel like I'm getting read by like the Fonz. The way you like carry yourself.
Dude, you should have seen me. I've been here 20 years when I first got here. I'm like, yeah. I'm like,
it's like you're high. I don't know if you're high or just like Eric or.
Dude, I haven't gotten high in like over a year.
Cannot imagine.
Yeah.
High.
Like, dude, well, it's because already I got such a loose, the way I talk. And
people listening at home, he has no notes. He just stares off into space and just comes up with random shit. Yeah, man. So, anyways,
yeah,
you did a movie. Whoa, did no research.
No, dude. No, dude. I got it here on my computer.
All the screens are now off. They had like Spider-Man and like there was like a castle on the screen.
Schizo. It's called Schizo.
Yeah, I made that over quarantine.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So tell me about it.
Well, there was I was making films every week on my Instagram, Facebook, and this Asian Film Lab for it's like Asian Film Lab. It's a big deal where they showcase diversity.
Yeah,
specifically for Asian filmmakers, and they were like, "Hey, you should submit to our our contest." So I shot. It's for teams, people who have teams of like 5 or 6.
Yeah,
and they can do. It's 5 minutes and under. I had no team, but I was like, well, let me just make something on my own because I've spent years learning how to do all this stuff.
Right.
Shoot, edit, whatever.
Yeah.
So I just shot something in my apartment, and it placed top 50 so far. And they gave me, thank you, Asian Film Lab. They gave me like an all access pass, like masterclass.
Yeah.
So I can use that.
What is Asian Film Lab? What is it?
So it's basically a program. So just to promote diversity and diverse filmmakers. I think specifically of Asian descent. I honestly, it looks like it's all like like Chinese, Taiwanese, whatever. And I feel like I'm like one of the few Indians, but I still count in that category. So at this point, I'm like capitalizing on whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, your camera shut off, by the way.
Did it? Okay, cool. Thanks, Canon cameras. They gotta, you gotta.
Did you buy those cameras?
Yeah, you gotta stop and well, you don't stop. They stop themselves after recording for 30 minutes. Something it has to do with some tax thing that they long time ago. So
oh sure.
Yeah, so it's nothing to do with the camera. It's just they're trying to they're trying to avoid paying. I don't know. It's a long thing. It's dumb. But thanks. That's Canon cameras. Sony's don't do that. And a lot of other cameras don't do that either. But some do. Anyhow. So I'm sorry. You were saying about the...
Oh, yeah. So it's called Asian American Film Lab. It's a thing where they promote, diverse filmmakers.
Yeah.
Of Asian descent. I'm Indian, so
yeah,
I fit. And then I just shot a short that placed. And hopefully I'll make the top. I'm hoping I make the top 10 because at that point I think they've got some legit judges and executives.
Yeah.
But even just placing something that I made on my own, it's encouragement. So anything you do creatively, it's nice to have someone be like, "Hey, this is a good job. We like it."
Yeah.
So I've been making films anyways, and I think a good message. What I learned for anybody listening is you have to put yourself out there too. You can't just make stuff in a vacuum. You have to actually fail. Put yourself out in contest or showcase yourself, whatever the hell you have to do to get seen because, people can help.
Yeah.
Gatekeepers are important to some extent.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's one of the things I learned from stand-up comedy that's really helped me is you got to fail and you got to be judged. You're going to be judged. You don't have no choice. And all that stuff, you just got to just try something different or keep going, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's part of the game, man. Failure is how you really look at it. Like, failure is not a bad thing.
Yeah.
It's something where you really can grow from.
Yeah.
And learn. And a lot of people quit. I mean, I'm sure you know people by now who've just quit comedy and
Oh yeah.
they've got day jobs and kids and whatever, and
Real
which,
estate
sure, which is fine, which is totally fine. But
for them.
But if you keep going to some capacity, like you will get better.
Sure.
You have to.
Yeah.
Just by math.
Yeah. Right. No, I'm a firm believer of persistence. And okay, now that one went out. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Tell me about your childhood.
Sure. So you edit this too?
Yeah.
Wow. Dude, one man machine.
Yeah.
Anyway, so long story longer, we'll see where it goes. Like I'm just happy to be involved and just keep making films.
Yeah. That's awesome. What do you think about social media and how it's changed filmmaking?
Sorry,
Yeah.
has that question's hilarious. You're just funny to me, hilarious to me, dude. You're like a character.
Thanks.
What do I think about social media and how it's changed filmmaking? I mean,
Yeah, I mean you're making, films or little shorts for Instagram.
yeah, I mean, look, you have to take advantage of everything around you, right? Right now, it's Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. I mean, YouTube's kind of changing the algorithm, but it's always changing. You have to take advantage of whatever weapons you have.
Yeah.
And Instagram's a great way to reach people.
Yeah.
Like, especially if it's, quick 60-second things under 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, it's a design platform. Granted, you have to be, not saying to be an influencer, you can still run ads on your Facebook or Instagram, whatever, but I think anybody should be utilizing what's out there.
Yeah.
Like, I've had this conversation with other comedians, and a lot of old school comics, they don't take advantage of what's around them. They're still subscribed to what worked in the 90s.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, I'm going to be really funny.
Yeah.
I'm going to just kill at a comedy club. I'm going to, send a tape to whoever.
Yeah,
I don't know what they're doing, but I mean, things are out there and you've got to adapt and learn and grow. Like, I'm not 20 years old anymore, but I'm trying to keep up with the Joneses digitally, social media, and put yourself out there.
Yeah. That's cool. Yeah. So you write out everything? You write out all your sketches?
Yeah, everything's written. I mean, I'm doing a web series right now with some people, and we have a script. But when we shoot it, I'm always like, well, if you have ideas, if you want to play around with stuff, if you want to change things, I'm totally open. I want to foster that environment where people can share their creative spirit, and especially because as comics, and I always use comics. I use a lot of comedians. There's so much value there. Like, you're not just some, mannequin reciting lines. You're actually adding input, and your ideas probably might be better than my ideas. So I want to use that. And I think when you have that right mix, you can make some pretty cool things.
I agree. Yeah. That's so cool. So tell me more about what do you call it? Is it a web? It's not a webisode, right? Because that's on YouTube, right?
Well,
so what this series? I mean, it's strictly on Instagram.
No, it's on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. It was
Okay.
originally a one-off, like a short film.
Yeah.
It was. I was part of this writers group, right? I was part of it for like 40 minutes. Like, I joined for like screenwriters, and not really a screenwriter, but I write. So my friend was like, "Hey, dude, you should join our writers group," and it was the shit show, like just typical Hollywood, screenwriters. I'm sure some were working, but it was just like people talking over each other and just a complete mess. And I was like, "This is ridiculous. Like, I'm not going to be productive being in this group." So I just quit like halfway through the Zoom. It was on Zoom, by the way. Everything was on Zoom.
Wow.
So it was like a moderator and all these people. But that always stuck with me. And so I was like, let me make a short, sketch or film out of this. So I shot something, and I casted a comedian, Tom Clark, Zenobia, who's Delmar, who's a comedian out of Boston. The great thing about Zoom is people can be anywhere.
Yeah.
And I casted 2 actors. And then we shot it, and then somebody really liked it, and they were like, "Hey, we want to sponsor this. We want a episode 2." So now it's just see where it goes. Go episode to episode.
So you're all on Zoom?
Yeah, we're on Zoom. It's called Writers Group. You can check it out on Facebook, Instagram, whatever. And we're just on Zoom, and every week it's like a different. It's not about writing. It's just that's the premise. Like people come in to write, but really it's nothing to do with writing.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's scripted?
Yeah. So I write it out,
Right.
and then we just have fun with it. We go over the lines, and Tom Clark's awesome. Like he's always come up with hilarious stuff. This girl named Jenna is great. Zenobia is a comic too. She's really funny. And I got another friend named Sean who's like the 5th character. And he doesn't say anything. He just wears a mask the entire time because of COVID stuff.
He wears a mask and you guys are on Zoom?
Well, his mic's always off. His Zoom's mic's off, so he just sits kind of detached from everybody. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's so cool. So I mean, do you use any other footage besides the Zoom footage?
No, I mean, and it's done purposely. I want it to be strictly like a real Zoom call. Like obviously I edit it. Like I have like different single shots and the group shots.
Yeah.
But I edit it together so it's a authentic Zoom call with 5 people.
That's cool. Right on.
Yeah. I love it. It's been a lot of fun.
That is cool. I haven't been on Zoom yet. I just tried Hangout on Google. Have you done any Zoom shows?
No.
Stand up?
No, I've been asked. I've said no to it because I feel like you know what? I'm not against it. If you want, if you're a comedian listening and you Zoom shows, that's fine. It's just not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
I would bomb horribly. Like I would bomb in comedy clubs. I don't want to bomb on a Zoom camera.
I know.
Have you done it?
No, it's brutal, dude. Like I mean, I don't even have an interest in watching them. Actually, you know what I mean? Like no.
To each his own. And I just there was a point where I would do any show asked of me, even like a Zoom show. Now I'm very kind of picky about what I do now.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid to say no to things.
It's great. Yeah, because your time is valuable.
Yeah.
And you know yourself because you've been doing this for, 20 years.
Yeah.
Right?
Honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, it might change in the future. Maybe I'll get offered like, $20,000 for a Zoom show, and I'll just be like, all right, I'll eat my dick for 20 minutes. But, but for right now, it's not really of interest.
Right on. No, I hear you. There's power in no.
Yeah, man.
It.
It's a great thing.
Yeah.
Say no to people.
Yeah. No, it's great. Yeah. So, you guys, are you gonna put them out once a week? These episodes?
For now, once a week. We'll see where it goes. Depends on how long they want to keep sponsoring. Because again, I want to make sure everyone gets paid something.
Yeah.
But to see where it goes, man. That's really all I'm trying to do right now. Just keep making it and have fun with it and build a fan base. Like I'm using a lot of our budget for marketing. For the next episode, I'm gonna start advertising more on Facebook and Instagram and put it out there.
Yeah.
So it has a more pervasive presence.
Yeah.
To it.
Yeah. That's cool. Have you seen any of those Zoom fails?
What? Zoom fails?
It's hilarious.
What is it?
Coworkers are on Zoom, right? And they think they shut off the camera and then they go to the bathroom and everyone's
hilarious.
Or another guy, took out his tissues and lotion. He was gonna go to town, and they're like, Bruce, Bruce.
That's so funny.
Oh,
no,
dude,
I
hilarious.
Incorporate that stuff. That sounds.
Yeah.
Zoom's so funny, man.
Yeah.
It's a interesting time we're living in right now.
Yeah, it sure is. Yeah.
Like you're in people's homes. Like you're seeing where they live.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, things are definitely changing like crazy. You live in West Hollywood?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's your neighborhood handling it?
Good. I mean, I live in a, I think I live in a pretty nice neighborhood, like
Yeah, it's really nice.
by the Comedy Store, and it got bad. It got bad, obviously, when the riots were happening because Melrose was like right down the street, you know, a couple blocks away.
Oh yeah.
So
Wow.
I saw some places get looted and stuff, but
Yeah.
it's part of living in the city. Like,
Yeah.
we live in Los Angeles. Like, there's gonna be crime.
Yeah.
And when it's bad, it's bad. When it's good, it's great.
Right.
So it's part of living, you know, in the rhythm of
Yeah.
Los Angeles.
Yeah. When quarantine first started and you're going to the grocery markets and the shelves were empty, I mean, what was going through your head when you saw all that?
Honestly, I don't freak out that often. Like, I just was like, all right, this is just chaos. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like that's human nature to just freak out and just hoard stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I just thought it would just pass. And honestly, I don't even eat that much anyways. I had food, but like
Yeah.
this will just pass when it passes.
Oh, wow.
And, you know, I dealt with it too. I mean, I was by myself pretty much. I'm still by
Yeah.
myself
Yeah.
the entire quarantine. And I
Yeah.
was like, well, I'll just do my comedy things. And I think
Yeah.
there's a silver lining in everything. And
Yeah.
I tried to see that
Yeah.
and what I could do and use the time. And it's been actually pretty cool, man. I don't
Yeah.
think I'd be making the films that I've done
Uh-huh.
without the quarantine period. Like, that was
Yeah.
a great incubator.
Yeah. Yeah, because you work out too, right?
I do. I was doing I've been doing jiu-jitsu for like 6 years. So that shut down completely. But I was telling a friend of mine, there was a time when I thought I needed to do jiu-jitsu a couple times a week, almost
Yeah.
like it's part of who I was.
Yeah.
And then it shut down, and I was like, you know what? I don't need to do this.
Yeah.
Like, I can just go for a walk or go for a run at night.
Yeah.
So even that was a good thing. You know, you think you need all these things in your life,
Yeah.
and you really don't.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I love jiu-jitsu too. I'm not dissing that
Uh-huh.
martial art at all.
Yeah. Were you going to jujitsu and the gym or just jujitsu?
I'd go to the gym like once a week,
Mhm.
just to like do weights,
Yeah.
and then I would just train because it's such an exhausting sport.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure it takes everything out of you, right?
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does for me.
Yeah. Sure. I mean, it's similar to wrestling. And were you a wrestler as well?
No, I wasn't.
Oh, right on. Yeah, I was a wrestler, and I did Kempo karate, and my instructor tried when, jiu-jitsu was first getting popular. They incorporated it, and I took to it, pretty easy. But no, I mean, I didn't. I'm saying it was familiar to me. Not that it was easy. It's not easy.
Yeah.
But as far as when you're using, I don't know with jiu-jitsu, like you're not really using your strength, right? Are you using more leverage or are you using strength as well?
You can use strength. I mean, I think there's a misconception that it's just using somebody else's power. I mean, I'm not like an expert, but I'm like pretty intermediate. I was at a level where I could, if I wanted to roll with somebody, meaning spar, I could, and if they were beginners, I could like not spend any energy. I could, just let them gas themselves out.
That's
But
cool.
if you're going with the guy who's bigger than you, and he's coming at you, even if he's like a white belt coming at you full 100%, like, and there's gonna be energy for me, right? Because he's bigger than me just by
Yeah.
physics.
Yeah. Wow.
So
And are you still paying for it?
no, I'm not paying. My instructor's really cool. In fact, I just went last night to watch. I'm not rolling right now, but I have a pretty good deal in terms of they've been really nice, like cutting my membership and like obviously like a lot of gyms have stopped too, and
Really?
yeah. So my jiu-jitsu gym, they were like, hey, pay when you come back.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
But what about the other gyms? Because I think they're still charging.
Are they really?
Yeah, they are. Like LA Fitness is still charging.
Well, I paid my gym membership for a year, so they already took my year. It sucks.
Oh, right.
Crunch, like I'm part of Crunch, and
Mhm.
I paid like $800, whatever, or $900 for the year,
Mhm.
which I'm kicking myself. But there's a business, man.
Yeah.
What am I gonna do?
Yeah. What are you going to do? I mean, they could, give you back that money.
They could, but
You know?
it's me a dogfight just to get them. Hopefully they stalled my membership because
Yeah.
right now you can't even go to the gym.
Right.
It's not open. So
Yeah.
probably gonna ask if they can at least, extend my membership.
Yeah. Right on.
We'll see.
Have you got any haircuts?
Yeah, yeah. I've gotten haircut. I got one haircut like a couple months ago when things were opening up, and then after that, I was like, you know what? Let me just grow out my hair and see where nature takes me.
Yeah. Right on.
How about you? Do you get haircuts?
I got one on the street, which is weird. I'm like watching cars pass. I'm like in the middle of like traffic.
A haircut on the street?
I swear. Over here in Culver City, on Sepulveda. So I'm like, I'm breathing in like this, fumes from the car. Cause I mean, it's, I don't know. It's just weird. It was on the street, on the sidewalk. Cause like, I don't know. Like,
so you just pulled up your car and you were like, hey, give me a haircut?
No, I found out that they were
guy or what?
It seemed that way, yeah. But no, just they got the barber chair out in the sidewalk, and the hair salon or whatever, it has all their stuff outside. I don't know. It's just a weird time we're living in, dude.
How much did you pay? Did you pay like
$40, man?
Oh wow!
Plus tip, so $50, man.
They paid like recycled cans or something. It's crazy.
Yeah, man.
It looks good.
Yeah, thanks, man. So, your family is also in the arts?
It's hilarious to me. Like we go from like haircuts straight to like your family. No, my dad is
there's no structure here. I'm like, this is like, I can't do this.
No, it's cool. So sorry, I'm laughing. I'm
no,
not laughing
it's cool.
I'm just laughing at the whole ambience of it.
That's me on stage, by the way. Like,
that's great. I think
I go from kittens to like, I don't know, dating, whatever.
I think you should double down on it. Honestly, you should just be that. I've got a big thing with authenticity, and you should be who you are.
Yeah.
Like, don't try to pretend.
Right.
Like, it drives me crazy.
Don't try to pretend you have your shit together.
No, I'm saying like, you see people trying to be Joe Rogan.
Right,
There's already a Joe Rogan, and he's better than you.
Yeah.
So be who you are.
Yeah, totally.
But to answer your question, I've got a brother who's an actor.
Mm-hmm.
He's younger than me, and I got another brother who's he's like a big tech guy.
Oh, okay.
So.
Right. Does he live in California?
No, he lives in Brooklyn.
Oh, okay.
So he's the guy that has his shit together.
Yeah. What do you think about this whole exit of Los Angeles?
I mean, if people want to leave, they're entitled to. I mean, if you're talking specifically about the comedians leaving, I think that's fine too. I mean, there's not a lot of work right now.
Yeah.
But I do question that people are leaving because Joe Rogan said they're leaving.
Yeah.
Theo Vaughn, whatever.
Yeah.
So people are just trying to follow the trend.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why. There's always got to be like one or two big people that kind of sets off, and everybody else kind of just follows the wave.
I agree.
But I still like LA. I mean, I'm getting by, and I'm doing what I want to do. And aside from the loneliness, sometimes I'm productive.
Yeah. Yeah. That's cool.
What about you? Are you gonna leave?
No, I love California. I absolutely love it. I'm from Chicago, dude. Like,
yeah,
it's starting to get cold over there.
Sure.
So I mean, it's like you only have a couple of good months of decent weather, and it's miserable.
Man. You gotta enjoy it.
Yeah,
you gotta enjoy wherever you. I mean, if you don't like it, it's fine.
Right.
Yeah, not dissing anybody who wants to leave.
Right.
Just saying that, you gotta think for yourself.
Yeah. No. Absolutely. I mean. Plus, I mean, if everyone else is leaving, because it's not just comedians. It's I hear rents are going down because of that. Because of supply and demand.
Well, it is a shit show in LA. I mean, let's be clear about that. It is a shit show. But for now, I can hold on. And when it's time to leave, I will leave if I have to.
Yeah.
But right now, probably not.
Right on. Cool, man.
Anyways.
No, man. So when's your next show? Do you have anything lined up?
No, I have no shows. I'm really just kind of maxed out on this web series. That's taking up a lot of my time, and I'm still auditioning. I have like an agent, so I've got auditions still.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, so I do that.
Are you doing it through Zoom?
Self tapes.
Oh, okay.
All stuff, but it still takes time, man.
Yeah.
It takes time to prepare this shit.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's writing. Like I'm always, I've been writing books on the side. I have like a novella that I wrote last year, 2 years ago. I've been writing a second book too.
In Spanish?
No. Novella is like a it's not a novel. It's like, it's like a shorter. So it's like 30,000 words, 30 to like 50,000.
Oh, okay.
And this next book's like 50,000 plus. So I've been trying to like just create more content and more stuff. What? What?
Because like in Spanish, like the novelas are like soap operas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. I don't. I mean, maybe maybe it's the wrong word for it, but it's a shorter book.
Oh, okay.
So I've been trying to write more because I feel like for me, when I just write books and stuff, it's just truly nobody's telling me what to do.
Yeah.
I'm all about just saying what I want to do without anybody telling. I've got that comic in me where I just want to say me, be me.
What is it about us? I find that's a common thread, among comedians. We don't like being told what to do.
I hate it.
Yeah.
I cannot stand it.
Yeah. So, I mean, you would just, if you had like a 9-to-5 job, with a boss over your neck telling you, you need to have this report in by the end of the day, you'd just go nuts, right?
I mean, I've gotten to a point now where I think I have a perspective where we're all playing roles to some extent. Even people who are not comedians, like when you go to a job, you're like, oh, I'm the employee, I'm the boss, I'm the waiter, whatever. You got to play a role in society. So I can do it. I've done it.
Yeah.
Obviously, like I've pretended to be people in my life, but I prefer to just be me.
Yeah.
And that's really where I am in my life, in my career. Like, let me just be who I am. If you want to support me, great. If you don't like my stuff, thanks a lot. Have a nice day.
Yeah. That's awesome, man. And, you've consistently been like that. Like, ever since I met you, you kind of have that attitude, and, it's so nice to see, and it's refreshing,
Well, it's good and it's bad because I feel like you can also alienate people, and I think it's okay to work with people too sometimes. And if you tell me I've got to be a certain way, like my natural impulse is like, I go fuck yourself. I want to do it my own way. But I feel like you have to kind of play the game a little bit. So I've been really trying to work on doing that more, be more collaborative. My way's not always the right way. And even though I've got a lot of experience, someone might know more than me. Probably do more. They probably do know more than me. So I've been trying to be more open-minded, especially creatively, and see where that takes me.
Right on. So do you have your goals set out, or are you kind of like just, you seem like since you write everything down and you got everything planned, what's your ideal situation? Like for you to be directing a movie, or for you to be, writing the script, or like, what's your ideal situation?
Ideally, what I'm doing right now, just on a bigger scale, I think, where I'm just monetizing it better, where I'm just creating creative control over my work, and I can write and produce it and direct it. And if I choose to, I can act in it as well if I want to. It's exhausting wearing a lot of hats, but I've done it consistently, and every time I do it, it kind of gets a little bit bigger. So it's a long journey, but I feel like I'm getting there slowly.
Yeah. Cool, man. It's all about persistence, right? What we talked about. Just keep going.
Look at you, dude. Circling back.
Yeah.
You're the comedian. Call back.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. It's, I'm still doing the same thing too, and I'm doing other things as well. But, just pretty much keep moving forward.
You have to keep moving forward. And there was a time I was driving around this A-list director. I had this job, and I was driving around this director named Daniel Espinosa, who directed Safe House and a bunch of like feature movies. And I asked him for advice, and he gave me some great advice. He said, you know, every time you make something, you've got to make adjustments and just get better at what you do. So whenever I see someone make stuff and it sucks, I'm like, well, it's supposed to suck. Even like when you do comedy for the first time, it's supposed to be bad. And then you make adjustments, you improve. Like, but you're not going to see any results unless you keep getting on stage again or keep making another film.
Yeah.
Whatever it is you want to keep writing another script, whatever you're doing, you've got to see, you got to analyze it and then make those adjustments and try to get better. Like there's no way around that. You've got to put in the work. I wish there was an easier way. I mean, some people shoot up fast and they kind of blow up, but for most people, you've got to put in the, you know, blood, sweat, and tears.
Yeah. Yeah. I was just watching that I don't know what it was. A sketch we did at the Foxfire with Neff.
It was a web series. That's
right.
That's Critical Mass.
Critical Mass.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a good web series, man.
That was fun. That was fun to do. That was so much. That was a real web series. Like it was like authentic.
Yeah, it was legit, dude. I mean,
yeah,
dude. I mean,
they're funny in that.
Like something. Thanks, man. It was a lot of fun doing it. Were you the creator of that?
Yeah, myself and the other guy named Luck, an actor.
Yeah, I remember Luck.
Yeah, great actor.
Yeah,
great actor.
And you guys would both write it?
Yeah, I think.
You guys did like what, 20 episodes?
No, we only did like 6.
Oh, okay.
6, but we did it ourselves.
Yeah,
that was a big thing. Like, we wanted to do it ourselves and really not hold back.
Yeah,
and you can watch the series on YouTube. It's Critical Mass, Tarun, Shetty, but like, or my webpage. But it was great.
It was funny
being raw.
Yeah,
and especially Chris Neff is like a very just authentic comedian, and we were like, dude, say whatever you want to say. I don't care. You can he loves to swear and he loves to just insult you and whatever. I was like, say whatever you want to do. And I think that's where comics, that's when they're at their best, when they can be who they are,
right,
and there's nobody telling them what to say.
Yeah. So I mean, do you think comedy, I mean, you see all these people are like, you need to be PC nowadays, and now with the internet, it's been around for a long time, but like a lot of people are watching what they say. I think that comedy, might take a hit, from it, because, I mean, just look at, you just talked about Chris Neff, and and some of the stuff that was on that episode,
Sure.
just very, I don't know, edgy, you know what I mean? He's like, I don't want, he's another Indian. I don't need another dot head, on the thing. I was like, it's funny as fuck because that's Chris Neff. It just came really out, it was just funny.
Yeah.
Right. And you obviously wrote it or whatever.
I think he actually improvised a lot of, like, when he, hey, what's up, tech support? Like, all that stuff.
Oh, he was so great.
Yeah.
But, I'm just worried that, people are trying to censor themselves so much, and that's kind of going away. What do you think about that?
Well, there's always been censors. I mean, if you want to play the Hollywood game, you can't. It's always been like that. You can't say. It's just heightened now.
Yeah.
So I think you got to decide what you want to do. Like, there's a bunch of comedians who are like, hey, we don't care if we never cross over to whatever, Hollywood. But if you do, you've got to watch what you say, obviously.
Yeah.
'Cause, I mean, everything changes. And right now it's a sensitive time. But if you want to make things that are push the boundaries, there's still an audience for that.
Yeah.
I think Bill Burr still does really well. I think Andrew Schultz has got a great audience because he speaks very open-mindedly.
Yeah.
Even Louis C.K., even though he's like banned, he still sells out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
So to be who you are, people will still find you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But you got to decide what it is you want.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to be the Hollywood cookie cutter guy and play inside the box, that's fine. I'm not going to judge that, but it's going to dictate your content.
And you guys swear on your webisode?
Yeah, I mean, it's not crazy amount, but I've written in swear words because characters more. We have one character kind of just who speaks her open mind, just kind of like more just not straight, but just rough around the edges a bit sometimes. But she's super funny, and other characters can swear too. Like, I'm not gonna edit that out.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what makes it an authentic series. Like, it's funny, but the characters are real people, right? It's people living in just a writer's group, and they just come together on Zoom.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I hate telling comics, don't do this. In fact, when I write emails, when I send out the script, I always write, if you want to change something, if it's offensive, do it. Let me know. We can try it. If it doesn't work, I will edit it out and put something else in. But I want to hear what you say. I want to hear your ideas, because I'm not the end all be all.
Yeah. Right on.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, because, I mean, some directors or writers, they're really strict about, if they write it this way, it needs to be said this way, or.
Sure, Tarantino's like that. Sorry.
Yeah.
Tarantino. Shit.
You gotta wrap it up?
I gotta wrap it. I gotta call it too.
All right.
Yeah, sorry.
Hold on, let me can I just.
Yeah, dude. Do you want to?
Then we'll wrap it up.
Yeah. Sorry, dude.
No, dude, it's my fault. I normally I do want these to run long, because I want to cover a lot of stuff, and
yeah.
But it's totally my fault. So.
And we'll just wrap it up.
Yeah. So the name of the podcast is Poop Dollar. You familiar with it?
I am now. I tried finding it.
So Poop Dollar is a prank that people, you can see it on YouTube, and they put a dollar bill on the floor, and somebody, picks it up, and it has a turd in it.
Okay.
So that's a poop dollar.
Hilarious.
It's kind of a metaphor of. So I kind of like, it's a metaphor of kind of like of life. Sometimes you get something good, but there's a turd in it.
Sure.
Yeah, or you find out later that it's not so good.
It's deep.
Yeah.
Deep stuff.
Yeah. It was on the show Workaholics too. They did it, and wait. So have you? What's your poop dollar moment? That's what I was. That's the question. So
where,
where you thought you got something good, but it turned out to be bad.
Every relationship. No, honestly, I really think even the bad stuff, there's always a good thing in it. I really do believe that. Trust me,
I believe that you believe that just from knowing
man,
you.
Look, I'm not being totally honest. Like, there have been times I've been devastated and just didn't know what I was doing. I was like selling cars at one point in my career, and I didn't know what was going on. But all these experiences, it's almost like having like these lashes on your back, and I'm almost like a robot sometimes, because I've been down so many times before. You just keep moving forward. Like, I cannot tell you. So it's hard for me to pinpoint. Here's something that's really bad is health stuff. For some reason, like, I always get injured and I get these surgeries.
Yeah.
So that stuff has been really bad for some reason, and I cannot
Are you clumsy?
No, I don't know why, man. I just have like these weird genetics where like I'll injure myself and get surgery.
Okay.
So I was on crutches for 3 months over COVID because I hurt myself. It's fine. But I mean, like, stuff like that drives me crazy. But even then, it's like, well, I guess it teaches you a lesson.
Yeah.
Right?
Sure.
I don't need to be exercising every day.
Yeah. Right on.
Yeah.
Well, that's great, man. I know you got to run. I apologize that I had you waiting around, but
Shut
it was
off, by the
totally.
way. It's fine.
Oh, okay.
It's fine.
Is it on now? So sorry about making you wait, buddy. It was a little shorter than I wanted to, but it was great seeing you.
And we got a lot covered, man.
Yeah, we did cover a lot, and I can't wait to see your web series. And Schizo is the name of it.
Oh, Schizo is the short film.
Oh, okay.
The web series is called A Writer's Group.
Oh, okay. Right on. And check out Tarun. He's an awesome guy and very talented filmmaker and comedian, an actor, and he does it all. Give it up for Tarun Shetty, everybody.
Thanks. Thanks for having me.